What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part, I want to say, 17 of my Total Warhammer 3 Vilitch the Curseling Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, Zhao Ming, the Iron Dragon, suffered another devastating defeat at Shenwu, and his faction is now pretty much broken. They've got 2 territories remaining, including Hanyu Port, and that should fall sometime within the next, I believe, turn. Not this turn, perhaps, because we can't reach it with Barbaros, but these two should be able to take it together just fine. In fact, in that light, I think what we'll do is we'll move Barbaros here immediately. Let's say just within our territory to keep healing our Manticore, if nothing else. And then we will move Egrim into ambush position, let's say, right here. Yeah, let's say right here. There's obviously no guarantee that anything comes of this, especially as his previous ambush has been foiled, but you never know. We might be able to get a fight against some of these ogres. Also, just in case we do get a fight against them, let's get you another blue fire of Tzeentch because, you should be able to use that to knock models down. And then let's keep leveling you guys to be fighters as we currently are, and I haven't decided what I want to do with this. Especially since Ruinous Wrath is probably going to be useless if we put you on Manticores. Though the extra armor might be a little bit decent. You would lose your shields at this. I'll think about it. Let's get you Deadly Blade and Foe Seeker and more Blade Shield, I suppose. Everything else I think is not all that useful. At least not right now. Alright. And then you, buddy. Same sort of thing. Blade Master, hard to hit. Training is not particularly useful in this particular army as it doesn't need that kind of stuff. You also can't get another champion or aspiring champion. No, you cannot. So this is good as it is. Then I guess what we want to do is have this assassin assault garrison. Yeah, I guess. I mean, chances of doing stuff here are also pretty low. So let's try this. Failure. But he did level up, so that's nice. And let's get you Specialist as well. Maybe you'll succeed next time. There is quite a lot of enemy garrison here. A lot of Jade Warrior crossbowmen, but honestly, with 2 armies, they wouldn't stand any kind of chance. We could, of course, bombard them quite a bit with our artillery, though that said, these guys don't have the best accuracy, so, you know, we'll see, I guess. Alrighty, that's you guys. Then, Vilitch, you are still moving north to try to grab all the stuff from Archaon. Garrulous Cool is still here, and Tech Thief, you have blocked him, yes? Yeah, so I think we're pretty good. Most likely Garrulous is dead here, and then we can move towards the Howling Citadel afterwards. Tech Thieves, let's have you guys move out as well. You don't need to do anything right now because you still have it at high level, but you can steal from Blackfang. There you go, nice success for you, buddy. And let's get you Block Army. Alrighty, anything else we need to do? We can't build any buildings right now, unfortunately, because we still have the martial responsibilities construction cost increase. That said, and oh, right, we have to deal with this thing. This thing's moving around, and our idiot allies have allowed Nakai to just do whatever the hell he pleases, and now he's in our territories, which aren't really protected by anything. Of course, they can't go past the Dragon Gate, but they could still, in theory, attack Wei Jin and Nangao over here. Neither of which have walls at the current time. Because I figured, you know, they'd be protected because they're completely surrounded by allied stuff, but apparently Nakai doesn't care about that, or at least his little vassal faction doesn't. Well, I guess we'll see. Looks like he's going for Terracotta Graveyard, and then probably... I mean, it's hard to say. We'll see what he does after attacking Terracotta Graveyard. And I believe that's it, unless we can summon a new Exalted Hero. Let's double check those. Not Chaos Lords, Exalted Hero. What do you have? Unholy Strike. Increase to Assassinate chance? I mean, it's something. Let's see what you got. Huh, you have Chaos Assassin as well. Alright, fine. We'll keep you. You can be an actual assassin. A second assassin. I suppose we can then have one assassin move around with Vilitch and one move around with our other hero. Although in... we could also put 2 assassins down here instead. You know what, maybe we put 2 assassins down here. And then Vilitch can summon another assassin at one of these territories up here, if he ends up needing one. The thing is, Vilitch still really doesn't need any help with anything, or at least he hasn't thus far, so I'm kind of disinclined to bother. Alrighty. Maybe we can assassinate some of the these agents on the way, presuming that this faction doesn't die by then. And I believe that's good. Let's double check our Diplo, just in case. Clan Ferric wants some sort of alliance. Where are you, Clan Ferric? You're a Darklands Skaven, aren't you? You're at war with the Darklands Orcs as well. Oh, that's quite nice. It's unlikely that they survive, however. Wintertooth is getting quite strong, but we'll be wanting to vassalize them. Alright, fine. Clan Ferric, I guess we'll want a alliance of some sort with you. Let's go trade agreement, let's go military access. And this will probably make a bunch of factions hate us, but I'm not sure that we care because we're chaos. Plus, more Skaven friends are nice because they have some decent stuff. If he survives, he survives. If he doesn't, well, there's still Molder and Scryer and other stuff. Alrighty. Nice little Chaos and Skaven alliance. And we can skip the rest of this. Building upgrade, outpost upgrade, that's all irrelevant. Let's see if Greasus falls for our ambush. Would be an exciting fight. Actually, in fact, let's just double check we don't have to give you any items. We basically have no items, do we? Yeah, we have like nothing. Okay, well that changes nothing as well. Let's end the turn. And ambush got foiled. And of course they immediately run away. Why would you run from Egrim? I suppose... no, he couldn't have reached them with teleport. This is too far. So really we couldn't have done anything there. Oh well. Now, I guess we'll have to see whether we can take Chang Camp at the same time as Hanyu Port, although I'm thinking that it's probably unlikely. Jiangxi Rebels, what do you want? Peace treaty? No, that's not gonna happen. Alrighty, ally mobilizes, that's great. Ally mobilizes, ambush failed, ally mobilizes, go figure. And a new tech, we're moving towards culling the weak for that extra soul gain. And faction leader grants plus 25% of experience earned to other lords. That's great, minus the fact that faction leader is not really near to anything. Well, I guess he's near Eacold, but, well, we should be able to reach Howling Fortress within 3 turns, actually, so that's not horrible. I'm gonna give this a quick read, though, because I don't think I've seen this yet. The favor of the Chaos Gods is fickle. No lord or even the ever-chosen remain in the eyes of the dark powers forever. There are always others who aspire to take your place, and they plot and scheme to overthrow you at every opportunity. Alrighty, your rivals plot. Well, that's swell for our allies. Now, what we want to do here is, let's see, can we attack Chang Camp? Unlikely. I think it's unlikely that we can reach both from here. We can reach this quite handily, but this takes half of our movement points, so it'll take half to move back here. And that's presuming that we don't move forward even further as we hit the camp. I mean, it's possible. Wait. 72 out of 120, and 57 out of 120. It's very close. It really depends on if you move forward once you destroy the camp, and I have a feeling that you do. You know, it's not like a city that gets sacked where you move back after it, but you might move forward to it and then waste more points. You know what, I'd rather not risk it. Let's do this. Assassin, try to assault Garrison again. Maybe move before doing it. Hey, there you go, success. And let's see. Oh wow, that really screwed up the garrison. Damn, good job, buddy. I guess that's the Slaughterer's strength working in our favor. Specialist for you. And while we're at it, other assassin. Where are you, buddy? Come down here to help out. Okay, and then you two then are going to hit Hanyu Port. Like so, you with the cannons, and Pyrrhic victory for you alone? Because you have the cannons. Yeah, you know what, I think maybe we just auto-resolve this. Do we want to spend like 20 minutes watching our artillery bombard the walls to destruction, and then... Nah, it's probably a waste of time, at least with 2 armies here. I think there are better battles to come, as in difficult battles, not easy ones. Let's move you... say right there. Wait, can you move close enough when you're in a camp stance? Actually, that doesn't do anything. I was thinking that it would provide you extra melee attack, but defense rather. But if it doesn't, we'll move you here. And then, what's the auto-resolve now? Yeah, decisive victory with low casualties. We don't have any extra artillery here, so it would still take just as long to bombard them. And let's just auto-resolve this one. And... you're kind of hurt. You might need to heal after this. Sack the place? It's a decent amount of souls, but sack it for now. If we need souls later, we'll get souls later. You get your Shield of Talos, you get your Disc of Tzeentch, and then we'll get, I guess we'll have you occupy the place. Nice. And then we will probably need to swap some units around. Let's do this in a second. There are other things to do. First of all, I want to see what this little army did. They've taken the Terracotta Graveyard. By the looks of it, they're heading to Po-May. Okay, Po-May. We need you to defend them. Kaila's Soulflayer. We can put you on the field. You do have Bound Spirit Leech. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. I mean, there's a Slan here. What's the spell resistance on Slan? Wait, they don't have any natural spell resistance? Well, that's just lovely. Probably the best way to kill them, then. The Chaos Sorcerer isn't going to be a great fighter, but, well, you do have the third eye of Tzeentch, after all, so I think that's fine. You go here. And I guess we're not going to give you any items, but what we will do is, let's say, give you a bunch of random troops like so. And what do they have in their army? They got 15, presuming that they don't recruit more via regular recruitment. Because they could over the end, or not regular recruitment, well, this sort of recruitment. And we could give you something else to buff you up, in theory, here. The question is what, if anything? Because you're going to be a Temp Lord anyway. We could give you a couple of Screamers, we could give you one Pink Horror, for example. That should do it. We could do one each. I don't want to do 2 Screamers. I want to leave 2 Screamers in case another army, could use them. Yeah, you know what? I think we go 1 unit Pink Horrors, 1 unit of Screamers, and that should be more than enough. 9 out of 20 plus the actual garrison we have. Granted, it's not much of a garrison, but I would imagine, this should be sufficient. Or at least I would hope so. Actually, I just realized that the Lords are now recruited at level 4, so if we wanted to, we could have gotten a different Lord with a higher level of, spell ability. That said, I would have still probably picked the Lure of Death to fight against the Slan, though Lure of Metal... This is all garbage, but it would get swapped out when we change to a Tzeentchian character anyway, and we could replace you immediately with a new tier 4... No, we can't. Oh, okay, we're stuck with as we are, because we'd have to recruit that new Lord. Okay, yeah, you know what? Fine. Level 1 is what you're gonna be going with, buddy. Sorry. With level 4 we could have actually gotten some Chaos Vanguard. You can't get a new Lord here, can you? No. Too late. Next time, I guess. I'm sure he'll be fine. Vilitch, you are going to attack this guy. Tech Thief, you can move out here. Like, can you steal tech from here? You're actually out of tech thievery now, so you need to actually do this. There we go, nice success for you, and we are going to upgrade Wound for you. Very nice. Very nice. Now, Vilitch, attack this guy. Should be an auto-resolve. He's gonna run, of course. And let's attack again. And there we go, auto-resolve that. Now, you gained how much XP from that, just out of curiosity? It does not say. Wait. Huh. If you're maxed out, do you still gain XP to share via your rival's plot? I'm very curious. I'm gonna find out in a second. Let's get you... You know what, let's heal up to full since we're about to attack a territory. Charmed Shield, A Cold Kill, that's great. Then we're gonna move you, let's say, up here.
Do not stop, fool.
And then we're gonna go into raiding camp stance, or raiding stance. There's no camp, unfortunately. And then just out of curiosity... Yeah, you did. You gained a little bit of XP. I'm almost tempted to get another Pink Horror in here. Because we get them for free every turn, right? It's basically non-stop forever. And as long as we don't need more in any other armies, there's nothing really lost from switching that out. Yeah, so Whirling Destruction is going to be kept. Tides of Magic is going to be kept. Dark Portal is which one again? And just to see... Oh, that's the... that's Portal Glyph. Yeah, that's nice. We'll keep the Portal Glyph up and running. Still not very useful to get the Undying Oath, although the Allied recruitment cost is possibly a decent tech to get. I assume that it doesn't just apply to Norska. It applies to others. You know what? Just in case, get another Pink Horror. They're forgetting these forever anyway. There we go. Honestly, I'm probably overthinking it, but the thing is, you'll need to retake Terracotta Graveyard, which has... Oh, wow. Actually, a bunch of troops, but we also don't want you to not attack us. So if we overbuild, then they won't do it. Nah, alright, I think that's good. Or at least it's as good as it's gonna get. Now, anybody else need to do anything? I guess the tech thieves need to keep moving. You can go back to Zarnagrund, and then you can steal tech now. 1 and 2, there we go, double success, and ooh, somebody just gained extra research. Isn't that just lovely? Spread corruption, and whatever you're doing, do that as well. Block army. Swell, what's our 344? Not bad at all. Alrighty, is that it? Malefics, you're probably going to get attacked by Archaon within the next few turns, I would imagine. He'll probably do it before Kolek arrives to kill him, I would imagine. Probably not this turn, as there's still plenty of attrition to do, but shortly. But the longer he takes, the more likely we'll steal the rest of his vassals and, well, subjugate him. You've got very limited time, Archaon. Keep trying, buddy. Okay, and I think that's it, minus any troops that we may want to swap around between you two. So let's try to figure this one out. First of all, fire damage is going to be this army's forte, which means lots of ranged units and limited numbers of melee. That said, if you have 2 flamers and a soul grinder, and 2 hell cannons, you don't have any room for additional demonic units. Okay, wait, first of all, I just want to see this. Anything interesting here? No, unfortunately not. Okay. Let's do this for now. You're gonna keep. Don't need it. Don't need these guys. Keep the soul grinder, or, wait. In the alternative, we could keep the giant and get rid of the soul grinder and get 2 more flamers of Tzeentch. Or pink horrors if we wanted them. Because the giants don't need that, do they? Yeah, but the thing is, it'll be hard to get the giants to get magical attacks here. Alright, well, either way, we're going to want to get, let's say... You know, I kind of like the idea, especially since Soul Grinders, while they do range damage as well... Yeah, but who are the giants going to help out? The bunch of aspiring champions? Everybody needs the aspiring champions, we can't let those go. Alright, well, either way, we're going to take the Warp Fire Throwers. Barbros, nah, keep the giants, Barbros. You keep the Soul Grinder for now. If we want to swap it out later, then we can do so. And then I think we want to swap... Well, no, you want to keep at least 2 aspiring champs. You can just get more over time. Or possibly evolve your Marauders. We need to still get rid of additional troops. If we were to get rid of 1... Wait. We need to take 2 of these Marauders, and then another thing. 2 giants. Nah, but you're a former adept of Shaman, so you would benefit the giants quite a bit by virtue of all of your spells, essentially increasing the damage of everything here. I'm almost tempted to give you another of the Exalted Heroes instead, but I don't know which one, which is kind of the problem. I also want this army to remain relatively viable, so, you know. And you're not going to get the Forsaken, you're just going to get lots of larger units. I guess hence the Giant and the Trolls. I'm almost tempted to say give you the Soul Grinder, but the thing is, this army needs to have some kind of melee line. And you actually don't have enough space for this. Wait. Huh. Just out of curiosity, what would happen if we tried to give you more than your capacity allows? Like this. I don't know, but, well, let's not have the armies just not work because of it. Alright, fine. You can take, I guess, one of the Chaos Warriors? If you can't have one of the Pink Horrors. Or we give you 2 Pink Horrors and take away the Soul Grinder. Like so. Not much of a melee line, I'll grant. You know what? Let's do this like that for now. And then I just want to see, what do you do? Assuming that we don't get knights in this army, you won't need to have a vanguard deployment. And, oh, you provide no auras, you're just an assassin. You, on the other hand, wait, no. You, on the other hand, have these 2. And, yeah, if we were to replace these guys with more fire units, that would be decent. They do fire damage as well, but just in theory, or keep them as they are. This is a fairly okay melee line, though the aspiring champions need to be increased in number and the Forsaken lowered because they can't hold ground. You're probably good as you are for now, though to be perfectly honest, you don't need that extra Screamer. In fact, you're currently at 6 out of 6. I'd really rather have another Pink Horror in here than another Screamer. But anyway, what I was checking was this. You have Eldritch Aura, Word Save, Iron Skin, and Vanguard deployment for Chaos Knights. And you have Eldritch Aura as well, Missile Resistance, and Iron Skin. You know, I have a feeling that... maybe we want to swap this Exalted Hero with one of these guys. It doesn't really matter which one at the end of the day. Mostly because, so that both armies have access to Eldritch Aura, presuming that you don't have it, which you don't. And then... wait. You have Eldritch Aura, so you actually don't need it if you are going to be on a War Shrine in the middle of your army. I know I'm taking a while with this, but these armies have to separate, so they'll never see each other again for the rest of the campaign, most likely. So we have to do this right now, or else we'll never get to do it right again. Sorry if it's annoying. You have the Eldritch Aura, and you have Gate of Tzeentch, Gaze of Fate, and other stuff, right?
Lord Conjurer.
You don't have Eldritch Aura, but then you do. Yeah, and then you don't. Which means you don't technically need it, and then you could fly around with the Air Force. But if, for example, we were to give another Eldritch Aura unit, then that could be applied with the Air Force. You're not going to have an Air Force. Which means, yeah, I think I like that idea. Let's give them, I say you, because you have the ability... oh, can they even swap units still? Yeah, they can.
Sorcerer Lord of Charm.
Who's more likely to actually get a couple knights in their armies? Probably neither one, to be perfectly honest. So it ultimately won't matter. Who's more likely to stay nearby, then? You're going to the Darklands Orcs, which may need another army to separate, which may be an army that has knights in it, whereas you're going to continue in Cathay, and there's unlikely to be any further Dark Fortresses here, at least none that we can currently see.
Agent of Change.
Okay, in that light, we give the Fire Army the one that has Vanguard deployment for Knights, meaning we'll trade Wulrich Chimerax with Farmort Death Dealer. Okay, that's the way we do it. Wulrich and Farmort. There we go. Alright, now I'm happy. That took way too long, and now that should be the end of this turn, as I don't want to look at these guys anymore. Alrighty, skip the rest of this. A building upgrade available, damage building. In Hanyu Port, oh. Yeah, we'll repair this because we might need to give it away to our allies. Actually, speaking of our allies, let's tell somebody to occupy Shilong, like you, Sack. You, Sack at occupying. Occupy Shilong, please. We'll see if they can get there in time. If they don't, well, then there isn't anything we can do about it. Do we want to build this temporarily? I don't really want to waste the money. Although it will be more valuable to our allies if we do, and nah, but the AI gets free money. It's just that they have problems developing things. You know what, let's build the port because, again, our allies have problems developing things. But we'll leave that as it is. Okie dokie, now I'm happy. Okay, let's end the turn, because I don't think that there's anything else to do. I assume this is happening, but, well, you should be able to hold. Wish we had more doggos in here to chase stuff down, but we'll leave the rest as it is. We do have access to additional soul grinders as well. End turn. Okay, now I'm hoping that these guys attack, because I need battles to wash away the taste of admin. And did he siege the... what?
But ignore the Lemmax. I'm the one you want.
Yeah, Malice, Swans, non-aggression. Yeah, no, buddy, no. We might subjugate you. The only thing is, I wasn't expecting that guy to siege us, which is kind of an issue. I was expecting him to attack. Damn, I over-recruited. My own fault for doing it. But at least Archaon attacks. Thank you, Archaon. I appreciate it. I was worried that we wouldn't have a fight this turn, but it looks like we will, and obviously it's a siege, and it says decisive defeat, so it sounds like we're gonna make it cinematic. Here we go.
So be it.
Alright, so be it, and that is all. Here we go. Now, we have a decent army. They obviously have the balance of power in their favor, but, well, the decent army plus the walls and the towers. So we should be able to do quite a bit of damage. We have essentially 4 big problems on the field for us. 1, the Severed Claw Aspiring Champions. 2, Archaon himself. 3, I forget the name of it, but the chariot, there's a unique chariot here, and then the Mirror Guard. Basically anything that has a massive amount of armor is going to be a problem because we very much lack armor piercing right now. Yeah, now I have set this up in such a way that we essentially have a ringer at every location. We have our Exalted Hero over on this side with our pink horrors here as well to try to deal with the Severed Claw and that ram. Over on this side we have built a tower, a tier 3 tower, so the magical damage tower, with the hopes of bringing down the enemy towers, though that went quite wide. Oh, and I forgot how nice the Chaos Siege towers are. Those are lovely. Those are very, very nice. And they got, like, runes on them and everything. I assume built by the Chaos Dwarfs, especially by the looks of the wheels and stuff. It looks kind of similar to something they might build, but anyway. And then lastly, over here, we have our Lord, who's ready to hit the Ram / the Mirror Guard repeatedly with Searing Dooms, while we also have additional fire from those pink horrors. We've also separated our Chaos Trolls here, and then there's another one over on that side, where the other Ram is, in case we must sally out and deal with that. Obviously, we've told as many of our towers as possible to be attacking those Mirror Guard, and here comes the first of the Searing Dooms, but once again, because of their massive amounts of armor, it's still going to be quite problematic. Alrighty, there we go. That's the first Searing Doom. Let's see what the damage is. Actually pretty good. They're near to half, though, of course, once again, that is at least partly because of the towers hitting them with those armor... presumably armor-piercing javelins. Actually, only 30 damage armor-piercing. That's a little bit of an issue. Archaon has 132 armor, a shield. He has 30 physical resistance, 15 warden, and 10 physical, so he's not going to be taking much range damage at all, and obviously his stats are pretty damn nasty. I actually have no clue how we're going to defeat him here. But anyway, in the meantime, there are towers to destroy, so we're going to work on them. Look at all those javelins sticking into that one. Alright, come on, just bring it down. It's only got 23 HP, so hopefully these towers, together with additional fire from the Marauder Horsemen, will be able to do it. Come on, get another volley in there. There we go. And down goes one. The other one will live, but fortunately our single unit of Chaos Warriors is here on this side to protect the walls, as obviously the towers are going to be here, and our Searing Doom was needed elsewhere. Otherwise, let's check the third side. Man, when the enemy attacks in many locations like this, it's always problematic. Always hard to know where to look. And yeah, these guys, 130 armor. They are not taking much damage at all. Wow. Even the towers are barely doing anything to them. Well, not surprising that these guys are going to be an issue, and bringing those models down individually is going to be pretty problematic. This is why our Exalted Hero is here together with that second unit of trolls. Hopefully that he, at least, should be able to bring a few of those models down. But we still have Chaos Spawn and Chaos Trolls to contend with. Alrighty, looks like enemy Marauders at the very least have reached the walls, and we got Tzeentch Marauders, or Slaaneshi Marauders versus Tzeentch Marauders here. Lovely. Isn't that just fun? I actually am curious about the stats. Now, we have a tiny bit more armor. We have Warp Flame and magical attacks. Otherwise... Huh. What do they have? Wait, they have some ward save. Why, is that because of their Marauders, though? Or is that because they're in Archaon's army. I don't know. Maybe Archaon gives everybody ward save or something. And it's interesting that they also have 10% physical resistance. And then they have the Mark of Slaanesh. Increased physical resistance. Ah, okay, so that's from Mark of Slaanesh. They're faster. Only by 5, though. 35 versus 40 speed, really not much of a difference. They have Strider, and they have... Well, the fire weakness is them being debuffed by us. Okay, well, it seems to me like the Marauders of Slaanesh are completely inferior to the Marauders of Tzeentch, at least with regards to the magical attacks and the Warp Flame. And once again, I have to let my cat out 1 second. I'll just leave this here. Alrighty, sorry about that. Nearly every episode. And yeah, on the bright side, we're also getting the tower support here, the splash damage tower, firing those highly inaccurate hell cannon shots, but quite good at defending walls. And fortunately, this is one of the locations where the enemy has... Or not the enemy, where the tower buildings are close enough to the walls to actually get support fire. There's also a massive blob of enemies here that we're going to switch to, especially because one of the units that has climbed the walls is a Chaos Warrior of Khorne unit. But that... oh, that accuracy is still atrocious. But hey, only 1 hit needs to hit here for them to take a massive amount of damage. Also, in the meantime, we're using our Marauder Horsemen of Tzeentch to pretty good effect. I've grown very fond of these units, actually. They're surprisingly effective. And they're going to start annoying the Chaos Spawn, and while keeping away from them and just killing them over time. This was a full health unit, and it's clearly dropped by quite a bit, whereas our Marauder Horsemen have barely been hurt. We're also trying to keep all the enemy hounds entertained and trying to run them around essentially to get extra damage from towers and all that sort of stuff. The enemy have not, unfortunately for them, been able to reach the gate. It looks like our lord was sufficient at killing the rest of the enemy mirror guard, especially with a slight sally with our Chaos Trolls, but it was primarily the towers and the Searing Dooms that did them in. It looks like the enemy wanted to get some Marauders in, but we did move our Warhounds in to annoy them and prevent them from climbing up here, because we don't want them up here. And though unfortunately it looks like Archaon got a few hits into those Chaos Warhounds, and they, well, let's just say they didn't like it that much. Oh, and there's that Chariot that I was talking about. This unit is also going to be a problem, because it is a Chaos Chariot, and thus once again massively armored, and we lack armor piercing. Yeah, it seems like every single unit of this army has 5% ward save, so I think that's something that Archaon must give. Ooh, and they got Soul Hunters, 22 damage resistance based on kills. Yeah, we'll have to be careful about that one. And the Devastating Flanker, nice. Alrighty, well, on this side, the enemy has broken through the gate with its massive amount of Trolls, Chaos Spawn, and the Severed Claw units, so let's watch them, and we'll see if we can hold this off. We have our own Trolls to help us defend, of course, unarmored Trolls, plus I did keep our anti-large unit of Marauders with Spears on this side, because, well, I figured since they had Spawn and Trolls here, we'd be more likely to need them. I also added our single unit of Chaos Warhounds with Poison to apply just a little bit of poison to the enemy here, and, well, slow them down as they break through. It's getting a little bit dangerous, though. Looks like the enemy Trolls, at the very least, have suffered to focus fire from our Pink Horrors, and the bounce power is now at about half-half, which is nice, but the Severed Claw still basically unharmed, and still has all the units that they started with. Our Exalted Hero is working on the enemy Spawn, and was working on the Trolls. He's now going to switch to killing the rest of the Spawn, and then the Severed Claw last, mostly because it's really hard to kill them. And the Spawn having no armor will go down much easier. At least that's the idea. We'll see if we can actually make it happen. In the meantime, an enemy unit is climbed the walls over on this side and started to go down those stairs, but unfortunately got completely blocked by one of our Marauder units here, who are just going to stand there and, well, annoy them. There we go. And we have great weapons, whereas they have regular weapons. This is kind of neat. I've actually never seen this down the stairs sort of battle before. They're actually kind of blocking themselves. It looks like more of our units can swing away at them, and that's obviously to our advantage. Pretty cool. Alright, you guys keep holding. Let's see what we got going on over here. Man, battle's already lasted 5 minutes. Switching targets for a brief second to kill the marauders on the walls, because I don't want those towers to stop firing at any unit that breaks. The enemy chaos trolls have returned, but the chaos spawn and trolls are nearly dead, though the severed claw still holding strong, absolutely. We just don't have the armor piercing. Alrighty, well, we're going to open a portal glyph here. We gotta remember that all of our regular characters, non-Tzeentch characters rather, have access to portal glyph, and thus we can use it to at least annoy the severed claw unit while we try to dish out more damage. These guys are going to be here just as a distraction. And obviously we don't care about their casualties, but it'll allow extra time for our Exalted Hero to maybe hit a few, even if they do no damage to those severed claw units. Our own trolls are in pretty bad shape as well, unfortunately, but let's face it, they've held on admirably. And our pink horrors still have plenty of ammunition, so they'll keep firing. But damn, that severed claw unit. Alrighty, let's check back on the other locations. Over on this side, the enemy has finally broken through our gate and has headed into the city, though our Chaos Warriors are still holding strong and should be able to just distract the enemy while our splash damage tower gets an occasional shot in. Hopefully one that it actually manages to land. That one sort of hit. Would be nice if it actually shot center mass, but, well... Can't really expect miracles here from these damn towers. If only we could build Tzeentch towers or Slaaneshi towers. And I'd do anything for some Slaaneshi towers. Those things are amazing. Anyway, let's see back here. Looks like Archaon has also broken through the gate, and he went through those full HP trolls basically with a couple hits. I mean, that's a damn nasty... amount of damage and melee attack. Nothing we have can stand against him for more than a few seconds. In addition to that, I decided to run our Lord away, because it would be a problem if Archaon caught him, because he'd kill him being a level 1 Sorcerer Lord at that very, very quickly. In the meantime, we've built a tier 4 tower here and are looking to hold the final location, the Victory Plaza, so we're moving our Marauders with great weapons back, and any extra units that we can get that haven't been killed to go over there as well. The Severed Claws still have not lost the damn model, which is going to be a huge problem. I'm hoping that our Exalted Hero can kill a few shortly. They are still continuing to take fire from our pink horrors, but yeah, as I said, the problematic units remain very much a problem. And this is what the lack of armor piercing does to you. Ah, damn, I was hoping that one got brought down, but he's gotten back up, and now our Exalted Hero is completely surrounded by the enemy. We gotta try to get him out so that he can live here, as otherwise nobody's gonna be able to kill these guys. Alrighty, well, we'll leave those as they are. Let's check back on the other two sides. Our Lord is moving towards the Victory Plaza, whereas on this side it looks like our own Chaos Warriors, with support from that tower, have managed to pull it off, even though the support from that tower is clearly kind of trash. Come on, tower. Get some hits in. And for that reason, I decided to build more piercing towers in various locations. Level 1s and level 2s everywhere, because those are much more likely to actually hit the enemy. Looks like Archaon's come back and has now killed our Marauders that were previously on top of the wall. I mostly wanted him near here so that maybe the Pink Horus could do damage to him, but they do like nothing to him. It's actually surprisingly difficult to bring down his barrier, even though he only has 713. And now he's gonna chase down our poor trolls. They tried to run from him, but, well, he's a little bit faster on Dorgar. Poke. Ah, the casual manner in which he brings down trolls. Alrighty, and it looks like he doesn't care to bother to chasing those guys after they've wavered. Oh, actually he did. They were terrified in wavering, but now that they're back, he's gonna chase them down again. I do love watching Archaon fight, though, so at least we get this. Alrighty, and it looks like they've wavered again from another charge, or at least they're broken now. The enemy has still got its frickin' Slaughtercade alive. We were leading it around with one of our units of Marauder horses, but they ran out of ammunition and thus became relatively useless. Obviously in melee they ain't much. Several of the enemy units are routing here. In fact, all of the units on this side have routed. On this side, it's really just the Warhounds and the Slaughtercade, and the Warhounds should be gone shortly. I also want to point out that the Piercing Towers have been firing on the Sibilant Slaughtercade for about 5 minutes straight, non-stop, and they can't bring it down. I'm kind of very much disappointed in the capabilities of the Piercing Towers, I gotta say. It seems like they're missing too many shots, and even when the shots do hit, they do about 20 damage only. Yeah, so I had our horsemen essentially just moving around in a circle before these towers in the hope that the towers could bring down the chariots, but no dice? Oh well, what can you do? It looks like Archaon has given up on fighting all those units in the center, or at least he's basically killed them all, and is now heading towards our main capture location. This is why we're building level 2 piercing towers everywhere. And we're gonna hope that the Piercing Towers will be able to do something to him, unlike the Slaughtercade. The Severed Claw has finally fallen, though. Looks like our Exalted Hero has finally managed to bring them down, or maybe it was the Pink Horrors together with the second use of our Portal Glyph. It was once again just a matter of distracting them long enough for our hero to start bringing models down. And at least their HP finally dropped. There we go, and down goes the last one, killed by a Marauder, lost his head in fact. It would be funny if the Marauder could pick up his nice little Chaos Armor helmet. Just evolve through the course of a battle. Anyway, that, I believe, is the second last unit. The Slaughtercade is still fighting over on this side, but it has ran directly into our Trolls, and the Trolls quickly bring it down, especially with support from our Pink Horrors. And there we go. Not that this thing had a lot of HP remaining. And then I believe there were either 1 or 2 units remaining. Yeah, these guys are still fighting up here, the Marauders I mean, and these Chaos Trolls are moving back in, though they are visible, so they will continue to take damage from our towers. Also going to move one of our Marauder units up to this tower to make it fire again, and we're going to send our Exalted Hero up on top of the walls to hit those Marauders. Otherwise, it looks like Archaon has hit the... Oh, he has a Searing Doom available to him, does he? Well, that hurts. That Searing Doom broke these guys apart. So he has Spirit Leech, Burning Head, and Searing Doom, eh? Quite effective against those Marauders, and now he's taking our Victory Plaza. He's also taking shots from the Magic Tower, which, I mean, considering its inaccuracy, is probably never going to hit him. But that's why we built those Piercing Towers, which are also shooting at him, though I guess it'll remain to be seen whether they can actually do anything here. Finally, the enemy Trolls that are moving in are done. They have shattered and have lost a unit, and the Marauders up here are done as well. So then, there is only 1 enemy unit remaining. In fact, most of our units are alive, though, I mean, a lot of them are badly hurt. But, not a lot of routes for good, so we can bring them back in, and we're going to move all of our healthiest units to fight Archaon. He has finally, 11 minutes in, lost his barrier, but he's just running around in a circle, which is preventing us from hitting him with our tower. I tried to get the Warhounds in to try to distract him and lead him away from capturing the Victory Plaza, which did work for a few seconds, but he doesn't want to get too far away from it. Then I activated the Portal Glyph as well in order to distract him some more. Obviously, those things can't actually hurt him at all, but yeah, damn. I don't think this is gonna do it. We need the rest of our units here. Well, let's see what he's at here. He is actually regaining his barrier now, and his HP is still at about 6,000. Okay, there we go. The barrier is lost once again. Alright, 6k HP. Let's see what we can do about that. And now we have, I believe, a 3rd tower coming up. 2 towers with Piercing. This one's going to change to a tier 2 later on. And then this is a magical tower, but we can switch to a Piercing one later on. And then we have further towers coming up basically everywhere else, though those were in the hopes of Archaon moving through the rest of the city. Unfortunately, leading him away isn't working so well. We just don't have units that he's interested in, or units that are fast enough. Plus, units that actually tried to attack him seem to just waver. I don't actually want most of our units to fight him, so I just tried to charge them towards him and then lead him away from that plaza. And then lead the doggos back in to try to recapture the plaza, but he is really keen on not losing it for good. While this is quite annoying, it's buying us time for the rest of our units, our Exalted Hero, our Lord, and all of our Marauders and Pink Horrors and stuff that remain to move in. In fact, this is a little bit boring, so I'm going to speed up, and I just want to point out that all these towers are still firing at him the entire time. They do no damage whatsoever. And at this point, I just really wanted to distract him, so I sent in the rest of these units so that he doesn't capture that Victory Plaza. I thought it was necessary. He has dropped since by about 500 HP, but yeah, the towers are doing absolutely nothing. Still, it is fun watching him slaughter things. Making me miss an Archaon campaign. It's been absolute ages since I've done Archaon. I mean, on the one hand, this is certainly making Archaon look good, but on the other hand, I mean, Vilitch wouldn't have much trouble with any of these types of units himself either. I'd like to see him face off against some Dragon Ogres. As in the, not the Shaggoth, the, multiple units, or multiple model unit. And there we go, he's chased off those units and is finally nearing to capturing that Victory Plaza, though the rest of our full HP units, including our Lord and our Exalted Hero, are nearly here. Just gonna speed it up once again, and he's captured it, and then immediately moved away, but he's also recovered his shield, which is quite annoying. I'm gonna pop that Plague of Rust on him to hopefully do a little bit of damage, but honestly, Plague of Rust only brings him down to 102 armor, and we still don't have the armor piercing to take any advantage of it. 102 armor isn't that much different from 140 or 160 or whatever it is he had. And our tower is still uselessly firing at him and still missing. He's been taking shots from those towers for about 2 minutes at least, or 5 minutes at least, rather. And yeah, both of them are tier 2 piercing towers now, and they just don't seem to do anything. They can't even penetrate his shield, can they? Quite disappointing. Oh well, our Chaos Warriors are finally moving in. Maybe they can hold him off for a little bit. He has armor piercing, though, unlike the Marauders that the Chaos Warriors held off for so long. Alrighty, here he comes. Man, usually back in the day, I remember that a lot of lords, when they're the only unit left on the map, would just rout, especially when surrounded by stuff. Archaon is not unbreakable, I believe. Wizard, eager, melee con, or maybe he is. I mean, he does have leadership, but I don't see the unbreakable little trait here. Maybe he's not unbreakable. But he refuses to rout nonetheless, even when surrounded and the only unit on the field. We don't even see army losses on him anymore. Oh well, alright, let's speed it up once again a little bit, get the more units in here, and there we go. Let's watch those Chaos Warriors get absolutely slaughtered. I tried to move them closer to here so that 3 of our towers could fight at the same time. I also sent our Lord over here to recapture that Victory Plaza, so he doesn't win just by virtue of capturing that. But that isn't really so much the problem as actually hurting him. Damn, and he's taking heads, trying to get a little bit of focus fire going on him with our pink hordes, and yeah, they're gonna hurt our own units, but we gotta do something. He still has his barrier up as well. And yeah, man, his barrier is shockingly tough to bring down. And here we go, our Exalted Hero is now coming, together with more Marauders, though unfortunately our Chaos Warriors have now broken. And honestly, they didn't last very long against him. But to be fair, I doubt that our Exalted Hero or anybody else here will last that long against him either. Ooh, some nice airtime on those Marauders. And even better airtime on these. And I think he's trying to kill our Exalted Hero now, who has dropped with a hit, and now he's the only one left on the field, or at least in terms of melee, so that's going to be a huge issue. We still have our pink horse to move in, but with Archaon charging, there we go. Takes off about half his HP with a single shot. And the Exalted Hero is running away and terrified at that. I would imagine so. Archaon has dropped from about 6,000 HP to 4.8k, but it looks like if the towers can shoot him for 10 minutes and do absolutely nothing, it's not gonna do much. We've retaken the Victory Plaza and we're getting some more of our units back in, but it's just not looking like it's gonna be enough. We've even decided to move our Lord in to hopefully do a little bit of damage, though we only do 120 armor piercing on the Wizard Lords as well. And it's just not enough. 2 towers firing at him, and the third one is up as well, though it doesn't seem to be able to fire over this particular thing. But, well, oh well. I don't think, if 2 towers don't really do much damage at all, I don't think the third one would help all that much. Yeah, we were really missing a single unit, I think, of Dragon Ogres here. Something to actually bring Archaon down. Yeah, and he's basically killed our entire army himself at this point. Still hasn't dropped to half HP either. And I'm trying to move our Lord in, get a hit in, and then move back over and over again in the hopes of not taking hits from Archaon. But frankly, over time, it seems like he's terrifying our mortal units and just killing our demon units outright. And all those javelins just keep on raining down. I wish that there was a javelin count, just out of curiosity to see how many he's taken. And there we go, he's popping that Slayer of Kings now, hitting for over 1,000 damage. You gotta watch out for that. Damn it, he keeps turning away. If you're wondering why I keep spinning the camera around. I like to see his actual sword hits land. And there we go, it looks like our pink cores are basically done. Our Marauders are all basically done, and the balance of power has shifted back towards Archaon. He's finally dropped below half HP to 3.4k, but we just don't appear to have it in us to kill him. He is going to bring down the rest of those pink horrors with swings of the Slayer of Kings, and it looks like the battle is just about over. Glorious. Well done, Archaon. You gotta appreciate it. There we go. And no, looks like you're gonna be ready for one more hit, or apparently not. It looks like the chain route was here, and he did basically kill everybody. After all, a Pyrrhic victory for the enemy, certainly, because we destroyed all of his army, but then we just couldn't kill him with all of our units together. Oh well, what can you do? Alright, not gonna lie, it's a little bit annoying, but it's only fair that we get a taste of our own medicine here. Vilitch, after all, can destroy armies all by himself, and, well, it's only fair that Archaon is fairly unkillable, just like Vilitch is, at least when fighting basic troops like we had in our garrison. His army is broken, but he, with his ability to reclaim this territory, he'll be able to build it up shortly, though I suppose we'll see if Kolak does anything about this. Oh, man. Oh well, what can you do? We're just going to have to move Vilitch all the way back there to kill Archaon yet again, presuming that Kolak doesn't, and frankly, Kolak hasn't been doing too much lately, so I don't imagine. He's still, what, at least 2 turns away, and Archaon's gonna be rebuilding that army. Oh well. On the bright side, he hasn't retaken any vassals with that, so it's not that big of a deal. We should be able to reclaim it without too much trouble. Ally occupies settlement, ally begins outpost construction, mission issued. Yes, okay, now, Vilitch. Take the Howling Citadel. and claim the Tong. This will reduce the upkeep that that Archaon has as well. Wait, can you steal tech from here? Well, let's give it a try.
Obliterate.
Plus, I really enjoyed watching Archaon fight. It's just so nice. I would love to have him as one of our units, but we can't confederate here. We're obviously going to auto-resolve this as garbage. Occupy and vassalize. And there we go. That's a second vassal stolen in revenge for the Plains of Zanbaijin. Now it'll take us 2 turns to get to the Crystal Spires. Okay. Well, we're going to do that. Now I suppose the question is, how do we get to Archaon? Man, if only we had some kind of very long teleportation, because we attack this, and then it'll take ages to get to Archaon. Now, Kolek has a full stack, but since he has to attack the Plains of Zanbaijin, that's going to be a problem. I suppose what we could do is we could build a Temp Lord here. You know, let's do that. Let's build a Temporary Lord here. It doesn't really matter which one. Let's say you, Ragnar Zorateller. And then we're going to have you immediately get a bunch of stuff. And then we're going to move you forward to help Kolek out, essentially. Because Kolek can't do anything himself, but with you there as well, maybe. Although I suppose that Kolek might wuss out. Also, his army is absolute trash. But he also might siege the Plains of Zanbaijin. Although I guess the problem there is, if Kolek takes that settlement for himself, we won't be getting it. It's a little bit less money generation, but not a huge deal if Vilitch doesn't have to go back there and deal with it himself. I would actually really prefer that. Anyway, time to move out Barbaros and Egrim here. Egrim, you can reach the camp. And you know what, I guess for the first turn, Barbaros and Egrim are going to act together. I know I said they'd never meet again, but, well, they will part ways roughly here, because then we'll have to go around and grab this. Also, I still wanted to get the trait for defeating Jiao Ming on you. So we still have to try to do that. Alrighty, so Egrim, go here. This will put us in enemy territory, yes? Can't quite tell. Attack this. This should be auto-resolvable. You can have... Well, actually, you don't need the Rampager standard, but you can have the leadership on, let's say, one of you guys. Auto-resolve that. And 63 loss is still way more than it should have been. And then let's get you enslaved captives, just to heal up a tiny bit. Ooh, a Forbidden Rod. Nice pickup, though. You can go back here, which will put us back into our own territory for healing. We can't reach Greasus, but we can put one of you in ambush in the hopes that he tries to go after us anyway. And then, okay, you're moving around here, but you're still a tiny little garbage army and you can't take anything. And you still haven't claimed Shihama's Rest. Okay, this is all quite bizarre. And you're sieging us here. I'd love to fight this, but I have no idea whether they'll actually attack. And oh, they're actually healing here, eh? Troops until returns. Oh, wow. That's not so great. But I imagine that we should be able to hold that one. Ooh, also, we got a very decent amount of souls available now. Actually, speaking of souls, Flames of Fate is going to get changed shortly. Whirling, Destruction, Tides of Magic, that's all good. And so's Dark Portal. Where's our research again? We're going for the Culling of the Weak in order to get to the Gaze of the Dark Gods, and to some degree Giant Manacles as well. But I want the extra gifts of Undivided from this, which is fair enough, alright. Let's move our assassins around. Assassin! Now, you know what? Maybe we should have gotten you up north to Vilitch after all, but it'll probably still be faster to recruit somebody at Vilitch individually. You can annoy Greasus. Actually, 41... What's the chance here? 35. You're not exhausted. 35. Okay, so we're better off trying Greasus. Actually, we're even better off trying this little army, but... yeah, let's try this little army. We need you to level before anything else. Hopefully he doesn't die trying. It's happened before, and I'm sure it'll happen again. It's a failure, but it's a leveled up failure, so it ain't so bad. Also, damn, I just realized that battle took ages. Well, I guess we did get to watch Archaon fight, but still, damn. Alrighty. You need to still... Actually, you guys can stay where you are, right? Yeah, you're okay. I mean, I guess you can steal a little bit of tech because you still need to level up at least past level 10. But otherwise... Oh, man, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, bad luck today. Damn. Alrighty, you can just stay where you are, buddy. At least that guy will be back before long. And I believe that's another end turn, and while we may have some buildings to be built, I still don't want to build them while we have martial responsibilities up. Alright, well then. I want to end the turn here. Outpost commandment available in the Howling Citadel. Oh, right. Right. Okay, fine. You're going to get Insights of the Void for now, and we're going to delete you and... not you, because we need to check out the potential for Exalted Heroes. We're going to delete these both because they have garbage traits, but there are more. We need an assassin near Vilitch, and then we need some other stuff near Vilitch as well shortly. Alright. And now, I do wonder, will... Oh, wait. This is all you have, Malice? You just have these two territories? Interesting. So he doesn't have anything good here. He also probably isn't willing to become our vassal.
Things may get unpleasant.
Although if we destroy his army and give him some territory, maybe he will. I gotta think about whether we actually want to kill him or whether we actually want him to join us. Kind of the problem that he's taking lots of territories here. You know what? I've been vassalizing all the Dark Elves in my Valkia campaign, so maybe in this one we keep everything Norscan, and just give everything to Norskins and not any other factions, just for fun, and just to make it a little bit different than that campaign. Anyway, let's end this, and let's see if Kolek is able to reach Archaon here. I'd really love to reclaim this turn, but if our lizard friends attack us, then I guess we'll have to fight that next time. Oh, also Greasus. Maybe Greasus will fall for the ambush or attack us, though I somehow doubt it. And Kolek is drawing near, and he's raiding. Must mean he's too cowardly to actually attack, which is a little bit unfortunate. Throg wants a non-aggression pact, but we have to vassalize him or subjugate him, because he's too good not to. Plus, he's got a lot of territory for us to take over. Alrighty, and once again, we could go Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, but we could just do Gift of Choice and get it anyway. Shenanigans give us ambush success chance plus 50% for all armies. Greatly reduced chance of being detected. This might allow us to kill Greasus, but considering the amount of souls we have, perhaps we just go back to Gift of Choice again. I did want to switch, well... Really, I wanted to only switch one thing right now. Maybe we wait around and then do the Gift of Choice next time the eye opens, because there's not a lot of stuff we need right now, and we have the number of armies. Winds of Magic cost minus 50% for all spells. Great help for everybody, really. But only for 5 turns. That's the problem with most of these. I wish that this increased capacity, not just the warding you one. Now make it a lot better. You know, let's do the ambush thing. I don't really care about the stock and all that stuff. I want to see if we can't kill the... no, Junkshi Rebels are dead. I want to see if we can't kill that one little faction. You, Ragnar, keep recruiting stuff so that you have a full army. And by the time you get to... okay, we don't need any more doggos, though. Get better stuff. By the time you get to Archaon, together with Kolek, hopefully. Then... we need to... oh, wow, look at all these little... look at all these units here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, are you telling me you're trying to go for the Crystal Spires? No, 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 no. Don't do that. That's ours. You stay here, Vilitch, or move out to our territory, but then hit the Crystal Spires next turn. We'll have Tech Thief. You know, maybe we don't want to assassinate anybody. In the sense that if we do, we could get a critical kill, and that isn't necessarily a good thing. Because we obviously want Archaon to keep all his heroes so that he can continue to do stuff afterwards. Yeah. Alrighty, Vilitch, stay here for one more turn. In camp, I guess, just because you can. And then... what do we have here? Yeah, you're going to the Plains of Zanvajan. I really want to see if we can't get Archaon done for this turn. And oh, look, Jiao Ming is back. Greasus has moved. Ah, okay, you know what? I guess we'll have to... we'll have to save it for next episode. We're going to start by attacking Greasus, and then moving forward to attacking Jiaming and probably destroying Cathay next episode, but we have to do the battles right now, so we can't do them later. Alrighty, well then I'm gonna call it here. A little bit of a roller coaster so far, at least with regards to vassalizing Archaon, but hey, if Archaon didn't give us a fight, I would be pretty disappointed. Anyway, next time we try to vassalize Archaon, just kill Greasus, destroy the western provinces, and possibly get something happening with Malice as well. Lots of stuff happening next episode, so stay tuned for it. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.